Trump is winning the Electoral College. That's right. The Electoral College is voting right now in the last check. Trump was up at 251. Clinton, barely over 100, it appears. I think 170. Long way off. And people are upset about it. I understand it. That's because there's been so much emphasis put on this Electoral College, more so than any other year that I can remember. But this is just a systematic thing they do. There's no look, the media has sold you this bill of goods that the Electoral College would flip for Trump in order to get you to watch it. It was never a chance that that would happen. Never. They say don't say never. I'm saying never. That's why I'm able to go live early and tell you Trump won again. That's just the way it is. And he did it even though we had a lot of people coming out saying, hey, celebrities admonishing the electorate to vote against Trump. Many of those celebrities were in a video headlined by Martin Sheen, where he pleaded with the electorate, hey, guys, do this. The guy's crazy. Trump's crazy. You got to vote. You got to change your vote. You got to switch it. Do what's patriotic. And it didn't work. Donald Trump has secured all the swing states. That's right. We're talking Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. So not only has Hillary Clinton lost once against Obama, twice against Trump in the general, now in the Electoral College, which really was just a perfunctory type of situation. So now she got 3 losses or losses to her resume. Everyone is a part of the resistance. The resistance. We'll get back to that in a minute. Michael Moore wrote a letter. It appeared in the Washington Post. He wrote it on Facebook. What was like a last-ditch effort to plead to the electorate, hey, change your vote. He says, I'm writing you not as a card-carrying Democrat, though he is. Or he says he's not. Is he ever voted for a Republican? Anyway, he voted for Hillary, that's what he says, which I did, but simply, which he did. I didn't, he did, okay? He said, but simply because I'm an American who, like you, deeply loves his country and its people. I'm simply asking you to vote your conscience, and please do not put our nation in danger by choosing Donald J. Trump. He even offered in this letter to refund anyone who gets fined for not voting with the Electoral College, for going against it, going against the win in their state. He said he'll pay it. He said he can't pay you to vote, but he can pay you for any fees that you may incur. So I get it, Michael Moore, he's a really, he's looking at Trump as the boogeyman. I understand that. A lot of people see him as the boogeyman. But just because you don't like Donald Trump does not mean you should destroy the system after the election. Now, I'm all for us doing some things to better our process, better our elections, but we can't do them after the election. We got to start now. So, if you really care about getting rid of superdelegates, which I do, if you really care about getting rid of the Electoral College, which is up to debate, right? If you want handwritten ballots, which I think would be better, personally, then we need to start that fight now. But you can't do it after the election. All right, so anyway, Michael Moore, I love the way he stood up for Flint Water, and he's done some good activism over the years, but this was a stinker to begin with. Obama's coming out. He's telling you the truth. He's saying, hey, I think we lost because we didn't really campaign hard in the areas that we should have campaigned in. We didn't campaign. He said, Obama says Democrats lost by not showing up. So which one is it? Did they lose because of the Russians, or did they lose because of the media? Did they lose because of millennials? Did they lose because of blacks? Did they lose because of women? What? At some point, we just got to say, you just lost. Doesn't really matter why. That's an internal thing we have to, handle as groups or whatever group you're in. Handle that. But this whole thing, I want it over. So the fact is this. Donald Trump won the election. Donald Trump will be the president of the United States. Now let's get back to that resistance thing before I wrap it up. Some people are saying they're part of this resistance. The resistance. I want to know. Someone tell me, what are you resisting exactly? You know, because it's too vague. I'm the resistance. I'm part of the resistance. Okay, Trump won, so now what are you resisting? Maybe if we resisted corruption in all forms of government, people wouldn't feel like they had to just get someone else who was outside of the political spectrum to be president. That's the main reason why I feel Trump won, because he was anti-establishment. So if you get rid of corruption within the establishment, then maybe you wouldn't have to resist. Or maybe if you resisted that, right, maybe things wouldn't be where they are. And maybe if you weren't writing letters to the Electoral College and instead wrote them to the superdelegates who gave the vote to Hillary, maybe you wouldn't be at this situation, this point in time. These are all maybes. Could still be right here. The same thing could be going on. This is what I know. Anyone out there who thinks the world is fundamentally different than it was a month ago, let me reassure you, it's still the same. It's still the place where we pay more taxes than probably any other country on earth. It's still a place where our college students go into debt by huge amounts. It's still a place where income inequality is rampant. It's still a place where jobs are being outsourced. It's still a place where people are quietly sending other people to war, to die in foreign lands for oil. It's still a place where all these injustices go on. In regards to who's in the president or in the White House at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, if you want to resist something, maybe you should resist all the things I listed. Or not. I'm Tim Black. Thank you for tuning in to Coffee with Tim Black. You know the drill. Go get yourself some Tim Black coffee. It's my special blend. Brought to you by Black Mamba Coffee. They made it for me to give to you because I love coffee. I'll see you tonight when my special guest will be H.A. Goodman for another edition of No Sellouts. The world hasn't ended. The birds still fly. The crickets still cricket. And we still survive. Peace.